If you have a Shih Tzu at home, you've probably already noticed that he's a true four-legged comedian. These little furry friends have a natural talent for making us laugh with their funny antics and their unique way of seeing the world. They're not just adorable, they're experts at turning any moment of the day into a scene of pure fun. And the best part? They do it every single day. Who hasn't caught a Shih Tzu running like a rocket around the house for no apparent reason, as if they just discovered that life is one big racetrack? Or that hilarious habit of throwing themselves onto the rug and rubbing all over it as if they were breakdancing? And what about when they decide to play alone, tossing their own toy in the air and then trying to catch it like a magician practicing a new trick? And the drama? Oh, Shih Tzu drama is a masterpiece. When it's bath time, they look at you as if they're about to face the greatest challenge of their life. But the moment they're dry, boom. The famous post-bath zoomies begin, with them darting around, jumping, spinning, and looking like a little jet-powered furball. Now, the funniest thing is the way they try to communicate. Shih Tzus don't bark like other dogs. They make weird sounds, as if they're speaking in their own secret language. Between the grumbles, whines, and tiny howls, you sometimes forget they're dogs and not tiny talking elves. If your Shih Tzu also does these crazy things, go ahead and leave a like because this video was made just for you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that button now for more hilarious moments and amazing tips for your furry friend. Wakes up in a unique way. One thing every Shih Tzu owner has noticed is that these little fluff balls have their own special way of waking up. Forget about the image of a dog jumping out of bed full of energy as soon as the sun rises. Shih Tzus are in no rush to start the day. They love to savor every second of sleep, and when they finally decide to open their eyes, they do it with the laziness of a king. First, they move slowly, stretching as if preparing for a grand performance. Their front paws go forward, their little bum sticks up, and they let out a long yawn, often accompanied by a funny sound, as if they're saying, "Oh, what a tough life." But don't be fooled, they won't go running right after that. Shih Tzus need a moment to realize that the day has begun. After that first stretch, they might stay lying down for a few more minutes, blinking slowly, deciding if it's really worth getting up. If you try calling them, they might look at you, but with that expression of "just 5 more minutes, please." It's as if they spent the whole night on a top-secret mission and now need to recover their energy. The truth is, they simply love sleeping, and if you let them, they'll spend a good part of the day napping. And when they finally do get up, don't expect an immediate burst of energy. They might walk over to their bed, lie down again, or just wander slowly around the house, stretching another 5 times. So, the best tip is to respect their pace. Shih Tzus don't like being rushed, and waking up slowly is part of their happiness routine. So, if your furry friend takes their time to get out of bed, relax. It just means they're enjoying life in the comfiest way possible. Rug chaos. If you have a Shih Tzu, you've definitely caught them doing the famous rug chaos. It's that moment when, out of nowhere, they start rubbing, rolling, dragging their face, and making some wild movements as if they've just discovered a great hidden secret on the floor. It's like they enter a trance, and for a few minutes, the rug becomes the most exciting toy in the world. It's impossible not to laugh at this scene. They start slowly, gently rubbing their snout, then get more excited, rolling to one side, then the other, shaking their little body, and before you know it, they're completely on their back, paws up, enjoying the moment as if it's the highlight of their day. And if there's a sofa nearby, you can bet they'll find a way to include it in the fun. But why do they do this? Well, there are several reasons. Sometimes it's just pure joy. Shih Tzus are incredibly expressive and love finding funny ways to show they're happy. Another reason is that they might feel a little itch and decide that the rug is the perfect tool to scratch it. Plus, rubbing their body on the floor can also be their way of marking territory, leaving a bit of their scent around the house. If your furry friend does this occasionally, don't worry. It's just another one of their funny antics. But if you notice they're rubbing themselves all the time, it's worth checking if their skin is healthy. It could be just for fun, but it might also indicate some itchiness or irritation. In the end, this rug chaos is just one more thing that makes Shih Tzus such unique and full of personality pups. Bath time. If there's one thing every Shih Tzu owner knows, it's that these little fluff balls love getting dirty, but when it's time for a bath, Oh, that's when the drama begins. They can run through the grass, roll in the mud, and rub themselves all over the ground like great adventurers, but the moment they see the faucet turned on or feel the first drop of water, they start acting like they're going through the worst moment of their life. The look of suffering starts even before the bath. If they see you grab a towel or hear the word bath, they immediately get suspicious. Some run under the table, others give you that sad, pleading look, trying to convince you to change your mind. But when there's no escape and they finally get in the water, that's when the real drama starts. They stand still, trembling, with an expression that says, "Why are you doing this to me?" The funniest part is that, most of the time, the bath isn't even that bad. The water is warm, the shampoo smells nice, and there are even extra cuddles, but they insist on acting like they're in a dramatic movie scene. Some let out tiny whimpers, others close their eyes as if accepting their fate. And in the end, when the rinsing is done, comes the most anticipated moment, the post-bath zoomies. They dash around the house, shaking themselves, jumping on the couch, rubbing their face on the towel, as if they need to regain their dignity. The best way to make bath time less traumatic is to use treats, speak in a cheerful tone, and turn the moment into something positive. In the end, they might still put on a little show, but at least they'll start associating bath time with something fun. After all, a dramatic Shih Tzu will always be a happy Shih Tzu. The look of victory. One thing Shih Tzus have mastered like no other is using their eyes to get exactly what they want. They don't need to bark, jump, or even ask. They just stare at you with those bright, emotion-filled eyes and boom, you've already lost. It's impossible to resist that little face saying, "I've never eaten in my life," even though you know they just finished their food minutes ago. The ritual is always the same. You're eating something, and suddenly, you feel a presence watching you. When you look down, there they are, sitting or lying down, blinking slowly, sometimes even tilting their head as if to say, "That looks delicious." Maybe a tiny piece could accidentally fall? They don't make a scene, they don't bark desperately. They just use the most powerful weapon of all, absolute cuteness. And the funniest part is that they know exactly how to act. If you pretend not to notice, they inch a little closer. If you still resist, they let out a deep sigh, trying to convince you that they need that treat to survive. And if that doesn't work, they go for the final blow, resting their little head on your leg or the couch, gazing at you so sweetly that any soft-hearted person melts instantly. But be careful. Shih Tzus are very smart, and if they realize this trick always gets them food, they'll do it all the time. The best thing to do is resist, no matter how hard it is, and maintain a balanced diet. A little treat now and then, at the right time, is fine, but overindulging can harm their health. In the end, they know they've already won. Even if it's just extra cuddles for being so irresistibly cute. Post-bath zoomies. Anyone who has a Shih Tzu has probably witnessed one of their most hilarious and unpredictable moments, the post-bath zoomies. It's a full-speed spectacle of running, jumping, sliding, and pure excitement. As soon as they get out of the water, it's like they've been possessed by an invisible rocket. At first, they might seem calm. You finish drying them off, put them down, and for a second, you think they're going to behave. But then, out of nowhere, they take off. They race through the house, make sharp turns, jump on the couch, run to the bed, back to the rug, do a quick spin, and repeat the whole process again. And the funniest part? They look like they're having the time of their life, as if celebrating their freedom after the suffering of bath time. And no matter how big or small your home is, they always find a way to turn it into their personal racetrack. If there's a rug, you can bet they'll roll on it at least 10 times. Rubbing their snout, flipping from one side to the other, as if trying to remove every last drop of water from their body. And if there's a couch nearby, get ready, because they'll jump on it like it's a trampoline. But why do Shih Tzus do this? Well, there are a few explanations. First, it could simply be relief from having survived the bath. Since they don't always enjoy the experience, this energy burst might be their way of releasing all the built-up tension. Another reason could be that they feel lighter and fresher, and that happiness turns into this crazy run around the house. The best tip is to make sure they have a safe space for their post-bath madness. If possible, move fragile objects out of the way and make sure they don't run near furniture that could hurt them. In the end, these zoomies are just another way Shih Tzus make us laugh and fall even more in love with them. The way they talk to you. If you have a Shih Tzu, you've probably noticed that they don't communicate like other dogs. While some bark to get attention, Shih Tzus have a much more sophisticated method. They talk. But it's not just any ordinary conversation. They make funny noises, mix grumbles with whines, let out strange little grunts, and sometimes even produce purring sounds that feel like they're whispering secrets just to you. This chatter can happen at various moments throughout the day. When they want affection, they might let out a soft sound, almost as if saying, "Hey, pay attention to me." If they're excited about going for a walk, they might start making a series of little noises as if explaining how much they love being outside. And if they want food? Oh, that's when they really go all out. They'll stare at you, paw at the floor, and let out a long whine, as if narrating a tragic tale about how they're starving, even though they just ate a few minutes ago. The funniest part is that every Shih Tzu has its own unique language. Some have high-pitched sounds, others sigh dramatically all the time, and some even sound like they're trying to form actual words. The important thing is to pay attention because these sounds can mean many things: happiness, hunger, a desire to play, or simply wanting to be close to you. So next time your Shih Tzu starts talking, take a moment to listen. Who knows? Maybe they're sharing a big secret, or just telling you how much they love being by your side. Bedtime drama. If there's one thing all Shih Tzus love, it's sleeping again. But if you think they just curl up and doze off peacefully, you're totally mistaken. No, Shih Tzus have their own special way of sleeping, and honestly, it seems like they're on a secret mission to find the most comfortable position possible, even if it means doing some of the funniest things. They start their nap in the most peculiar ways. They might lie on their back, all four paws up in the air, looking completely relaxed, almost as if waiting for a personal masseuse to show up. Or they'll let their tongue hang out, not caring about appearances, as if their tongue is the coziest thing in the world. And the best part? When they start snoring. And it's not just any snore, it's intense, like a human snuggled up on the couch after a long day. It's soft but strangely adorable, as if they're dreaming of the best things ever, like endless squeaky toys or an all-you-can-eat treat buffet. These little snores will probably make you smile because, in a way, they're a mix of cuteness and pure relaxation. No matter where they choose to sleep, on the rug, the couch, or even right next to your bed, they always find a way to settle in with maximum personality. To make sure they sleep well, set up a comfy spot where they can relax completely. With a soft bed, a cozy blanket, and of course, lots of love, they'll drift off happily, purring their way through their dreams. Get ready to hear the cutest little snores and enjoy these precious moments of Shih Tzu nap time. And that's a wrap. And that's the end of another video full of laughs and adorable moments with our beloved Shih Tzus. As we've seen, these little fluff balls are masters at creating hilarious situations. Whether it's the famous rug-rolling antics, the crazy post-bath zoomies, or the funny sleeping positions that make them look even more lovable. And let's not forget their hypnotizing stare when they want a treat. It's like they're sharing a top-secret piece of gossip. Plus, the way they talk to us, with grumbles, whines, and funny little sounds, is truly one of a kind. They can express happiness, hunger, or even demand cuddles in the most unusual ways. All of this just proves that Shih Tzus are full of personality and never fail to steal our hearts every single day. If you had fun with these Shih Tzu quirks and adventures, don't forget to drop a comment below. Which one of these situations reminded you of your furry friend the most? And of course, if you love these adorable pups as much as we do, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more fun videos. Turn on notifications so you're always up to date with our latest content. See you in the next video, filled with even more Shih Tzu adventures and cuteness. Until then.